Good morning, everybody. Tan is live, and I'm getting started early this morning before the heat comes on. I came out yesterday, and this is a head of lettuce. I've been growing 4 or 5 of these in the house. I don't like it in the house. So I came out yesterday before it got too hot, and I got some of them planted in my hot mess sweet potato pot. And I'm gonna get this last one in there today. I'm getting started early so I could go ahead and get my yard work done. I'm watering it in. Nylan, good morning. I'm watering in these heads of lettuce. I was growing them in the house, but I don't like plants in the house. So I put them out in the garden. And I started some more seeds. You see I got little seedlings going. I got a lot of new ones going in a lot of spots because I'm starting over. The heat or just that it's time to start over is happening in my garden, so I'm doing succession planting. But I'm getting started early because I'm also about to make. I bought a whole bunch of peppers, right? And I saved my seeds for stuff, and I'm gonna let you know this before I get started. Tan is doing a lot of things in the dirty garden that a lot of people probably wouldn't recommend. And when I'm doing it, sometimes I'm having success and sometimes not. But I'm trying it to see where I am having success and where I can repeat the same thing again. My tenant been back. So something is in my garden eating up my stuff. Something is in my garden eating up my stuff. So I'm really happy that I came out when this melon, focus camera, focus. I have a melon in here, focus camera, focus. I have a melon in here. I put it in this plastic bag that some grapes came in. I had 2 of them in there. I came out yesterday and my tenant had bit out the smaller one. So I was like, I'm not gonna let you get this one. And I watched a YouTuber earlier in the season. She said you could go buy these plastic crates, garbage bins from the Dollar Tree and use them as a protector. And I'm glad I came on out here yesterday and I put that over again because the piece that was bitten out of is gone. My tenant came back to the buffet last night. And then I have another big one. This is a clamshell. I have 2 of them in there. Yay! I could remember they were like this when I put them in there, but can you see them? And I taped the thing down too, because I don't know what. I really don't know what is eating up my melons. So I have 2 melons, 3. I have 3 melons now. I'm really excited about that. See, my vine is kind of dying out, and my whole garden is looking miserable. My whole garden is looking miserable because of the heat. But what I was getting to is, this was a compost bin, and I think the soil is really rich because everything I put in here grows like good, real good. So I have all these pepper seeds, and you know, I don't know if I plan for them to grow or not. But if they do, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get all those pepper seeds in here. And the beautiful thing about this is, if they grow, that will be awesome. If they grow, that would be awesome. And then they will die out, and it will be time for me to get my next season of good, like garlic, or whatever in this pot. See, I got all that scrap from them peppers. Get that. I'm gonna come on back. I'm about to get that water hose. About to get my water hose and start watering all this stuff in. I also planted out some more sweet potato slips yesterday. Yeah, I plant my seeds. I save seeds. Be red. I'm a seed saver. I'll be saving them seeds. Now I'm planting them right now just because, just to see. I will get more peppers, so I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing about planting them all. And this right here, I put it in my compost. So I got my compost. It's my pseudo hot compost right here. And I hope they grow. Be red. I hope all of them grow. I'll have bell peppers. I'll have man, Armenian. I mean, there were like 4 or 5 different peppers. I think one was a Scotch bonnet. I buy the peppers in bulk. I cut them and I prep them and I keep them in the freezer. Look, be getting some more tomatoes here soon if my tenant don't get it. Now I had to harvest a whole bunch of tomatoes. I've been saying I was gonna take out my tomatoes and start over. I ain't got to that yet. Huh, something got that. That was a tomato right here. Something done got that one. Yeah, they be at the buffet. As soon as dark hit, my tenants come out and get to eating. But it's been super hot here in Texas, so, and plus I got other stuff to do today. Juggling priorities. So I just need to get it done, and move on to the next thing. I need to start over some more cucumbers. There's so many things I need to do, but the heat been slowing me down. And make sure I get to my sweet potatoes and keep them watered, because I really need them things to grow. And I feel like my white potatoes are ready. And I started 2 hot mess buckets. I have a hot mess bucket with apple seeds, because I also cut a whole bunch of apple seeds and dehydrated, made apple rings the other day. So I have, this is my apple bucket, apple seed bucket. Then I also have another bucket with all green peppers. There's green peppers, red peppers, and orange and yellow bell peppers. But this is where I planted Anaheim. Those were Anaheim peppers, poblano, Scotch bonnet seeds. That's what I just put. That's what I just put in that spot right there. And I transplanted some beets. You see how they still growing right there? Now this was a big old sunflower. I didn't put it there, but it rooted in this pot. Get on to the other side. Look, everything looks bad. Y'all, the Texas heat is brutal. But this is usually the time I start over anyway. I will have normally had stuff going in the ground for my succession planning. Like I said, Tan been juggling priorities. That's my avocado seed hot mess bucket. I have a volunteer tomato in it. And right now, I guess I'm just watering my weeds. Almost looking good. That grape tree, that Clarence grape tree didn't take root. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's gonna come to life later. I keep it watered just in case. If it look, the heat done got a casualty. This was a nice strawberry. Frank seeds, it looks bad. Frank, the Texas heat is brutal. But the wonderful thing is I succession plan. The wonderful thing is I succession plan, and it's about time for me to start over anyway. And this was a flower arrangement. I'm saving these for seeds. Those were zinnia. I'm saving the tops for seeds. And I also planted some more seeds in here that will probably grow. Yeah, it looks bad. My feelings are hurt. Thanks, Frank. But I'm getting a head start because yesterday was so hot I didn't do it. I didn't participate yesterday. And it's worse than usual. It's worse than usual in my mind. I feel like it's hotter on my skin. But I've invested in plants. I've invested money and time in plants. So I'm coming out to do a little bit of some all the time. Just gotta adjust my schedule and find time. And my rain buckets are empty too. Maybe next year I'll get some peaches on my peach tree. Right, when I get to the other side, I'm gonna let you see my brand new gardenia. Right. Uh, I'm gonna let you see my brand new gardenia bush that has no reason looking so bad. Look, those white things destroyed my squash. I tried to fight with them for a minute. Frank, this is my brand new gardenia bush. It was so beautiful and green, just like I like it when I bought it. This is my hot mess pepper box. I'm using a box to try to start those seeds because I don't want to waste one of my planters because I got more plants to put other stuff in those. So those boxes are pretty sturdy. I found that the banana boxes are extremely durable. Before I start putting stuff in the ground, I was growing in banana boxes, y'all. So I wasn't committing to anything, but those banana boxes came in handy, and stores were giving them away. This is my second sweet potato patch, and I got some other things growing in there, trying to grow in there with it. This is my first time trying sweet potatoes in a tote, but I see another YouTuber, she calls it a raised bed garden. She got totes and chairs. So she got totes and chairs and she's growing. I feel like I could put sweet potatoes in totes and grow too. I just want to get a little bit of water on stuff before I have to go. I'm in upstate New York, but I can't even know where it does. Wow, okay. So Robbie and her husband are not the only ones growing in totes. I think, by Canada it'll be a little bit cooler, but it's just hot everywhere, unfortunately. At least it's not as hot as my first time trying to grow. My first time trying to grow by myself, Frank, I spent more money on water, and the only thing I harvested were nasty yellow tomatoes. I'll never grow yellow tomatoes again. You see, I got some more little seedlings started. I put some seeds down in a lot of places. Oops. Hold on, y'all. Focus. Focus, camera. Like I said, I'm starting over. Yikes, phone got in the water. So I got more little seedlings in all my pots. They're coming up. My little olive tree that I got on clearance is staying alive. I pulled some olives off the tree the other day before my tenant got the last two or three. I don't know if there's a process that's supposed to happen before you eat olives. Shade crop. Yeah, I know. You're not gonna die on me. So my strawberry, that's not looking so good right here, was doing really good. She was really good, standing up and looking good, throwing off runners from here to here and all over. So when it was throwing off those runners, I was tucking them into soil. The heat trying to take back the runners. I ain't gonna let it happen though. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm gonna get my shade cloth all over my patio would make me mad. Between the wind blowing it all around, Frank, I'd be mad. I couldn't even control it. And I don't know, the wind in my backyard is horrible. The sun in my backyard is horrible. I feel like I got my own special climate in my garden. But I'm still happy to be growing, right? Because like I said, my first year trying to go by myself, I had absolutely nothing. And I've harvested a whole lot this year. This is that chocolate cherry, look, chocolate cherry candy cane pepper right here. I had to accidentally cut a piece of it off. I planted it right here and it started to grow. This one has some flowers on it, but it keeps dropping off. So I don't know. Like I said, and it's okay. I'm a gardener. I know that, sometimes you get a whole lot of stuff and sometimes you don't. I can't compete with the weather though. I really can't. I can't compete with the weather, so I'm just doing the best I can and seeing what I can grow. And it's got to cool down eventually. It's got to cool down eventually. Then I'll get my fall garden started. And then I'll start getting my garden ready for the next season. Frank, do you do Malabar spinach? This is my first time growing Malabar spinach. A friend of mine gave it to me. I wouldn't buy it in the store because it's slimy, but I'm gonna try it this year. Yeah, I'm cracking codes every day, Frank. I am learning something new every day. I transplanted some lettuce heads. You see that right there? I was growing them in the house, but I get concerned about bugs in the house, so okay. I consider that, but if I don't know, I think about raised beds, but then I think about water management in the raised beds and you know, more of a commitment. Get my sweet potatoes watered in. Oh, I gotta get another bag of soil. See, I had some slips in the house. I put them down yesterday. I meant to cover them with, oh, they look bad now. I meant to cover them with soil yesterday, but it got so hot I came back in. Shit, I shut it down yesterday. It didn't come back out. So those might be a goner. See what time it is. My little basil plant is giving me basil. I made some portobello basil, butter portobello mushrooms. Came out here and got me some basil off my little plant. And it is good. I gotta get this watered in. I gotta get in the road in a little bit. Like I said, I'm juggling priorities, trying to get a lot of things done at one time. Yup. I'm hoping for an epic sweet potato harvest this year too. I'm hoping for an epic sweet potato harvest this year. My my sweet potatoes aren't sprawling all over the yard like they normally do, but it's still going. And Frank, I got some lemons. Let's see. I have lemon envy. I've been watching another YouTuber for a long time grow lemons. I've been buying lemon trees, Frank. I've killed 4 or 5. No, I killed 6 or 7 lemon trees. And I had a meltdown. Frank, I had a meltdown and I stopped buying lemon trees for a couple years. I said I'm not gonna do it no more. My feelings were hurt bad. And this year I decided to start over. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't killed this one. And I guess I've decided I'm gonna have to baby it and bring it in the winter. I'm concerned about that because I know bugs live in the soil. I'm gonna have to bring it in the winter. Gonna have to babysit my plants. Athena for bugs. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna put that in my notes. That will make me feel a little bit better. Then I committed again to the Satsuma. She trying to hang on for me, and I'm happy about that. I learned that, well, I did a lot of research, and I came to the conclusion that some people say water sparingly. Some things say water every 10 days. So instead of coming out looking at it every other day or every morning thinking it needs some water because it looks dry, I wait till, you know, I'm really feeling concerned. When my mind is at its most frantic about it dying, and then I water. And I think that's it for today, y'all. I'm gonna turn this water off. I gotta get a bag of soil to put over those little old sweet potatoes. I gotta get a bag of soil to put over those little old sweet potatoes that I'm trying to make grow. And then, look, this is what my gardenia bush looked like when I first got it. It was bigger and better. These are coming back from the frost. We had a really hard freeze 2 or 3 years ago, and my gardenia bushes went down to nothing. And they're just coming back just in time for the next freeze that probably will happen this year. But anyway, y'all, so I'm about to pick up my tools and lick my wounds and get on to the next task that Tan got lined up for today. I thank y'all for joining me on my live. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Frank, I got pomegranates. If I weren't called hay bales. I got pomegranates. This was a $14 Walmart tree. I've had it for about 4 or 5 years, and it produces nicely every year. But that's it, y'all. I gotta grab a bag of soil and put over my turn my water off. I gotta grab a bag of soil and put over my potatoes, and keep my fingers crossed. Keep my fingers crossed and hope they'll survive. And that's gonna do it. I thank y'all for joining me on this live. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss a minute of what I get up to. And I thank y'all for watching. Bye, Frank. I hope you have a good day up there in New York. This is my sunflower. Planted them one time, and they keep coming back. Bye, y'all.